So, who are these Ashtachiranjeevis? If you look at them, we have the popular shloka that is there. Ashwathamo Balihi Vyasaha Hanumamscha Vibhishanaha Kripaha Parashuramscha Saptaite Chiranjeevinaha Saptaitan Samsmare Nityam Markande Yamathashtamam Jeeved Varsha Shatam Sopi Sarvavyadi Vivarjita. Ashwathama Balihi Vyasaha Hanuman Vibhishanaha Kripacharyaha and Parashuramaha. So these are the Sapta Chiranjeevis. And Saptaitan Samsmare Nityam Maarkandeya Mathashtamam. Along with these 7, if we remember Maarkandeya also as the 8th Chiranjeevi, Jeeved Varshashatam Sopi, we will be blessed with a long life, Sarvavyadi Vivarjita, and be freed from all diseases. So now what is the story of Maarkandeya? Now Maarkandeya's story comes in very many references. We have the Maarkandeya Puranam also in detail. But one thing that comes in Srimad Bhagavatam towards the last is, after the conversation between Shukabrahmam and Parikshit comes to an end, now we know that all the Puranas that are there, including Srimad Bhagavatam, they are all told in this place of Naimisharanya, where Shaunakadi rishis were there, and they, even though the recitation or the conversation between Shukabrahmam and Parikshit has come to an end, the narration of Srimad Bhagavatam is almost over. It seems that still the rishis wish to listen to something more, and that's when they tell Suta that you tell us about the story, you tell us about the life of this sage Maarkandeya who's there. So that's when Suta says that this Maarkandeya, he is a son of a sage called Mrikanda, and right from childhood only he used to do great tapasya. He was almost a yogi. Every day he used to recite the Vedas, he used to worship Bhagavan Hari, and for his guru also every day he used to bring bhiksha also. So even in Guru Seva also he was topmost. Only after food was given to his guru and his guru permitted, he used to consume food, and so on. Everything he used to obey. And because of this, it seems that he was so much devoted to his guru and God that he had the power of controlling death. That's how he becomes a Chiranjeevi also later. And it seems that he could totally focus. Dhyana Yogam was at the peak for Markandeya. And while he was immersed in this meditation also, it is said that 6 Manvantaras, Manvantaram, Vaivaswata Manvantaram, the current Manvantaram that we chant during Sankalpam, like that 6 Manvantaras went away it seems, but still Markandeya was engrossed in tapasya. Finally now Indra always has this habit. He is afraid. If someone is doing such great tapasya also, he becomes very worried, because Indra is not actually a proper noun, it is the name of the Padavi, name of the position. So if someone is doing great things also, obviously his position is in danger, right? So he becomes frightened also. He sends many apsaras, gandharvas, lot of ladies also to distract Markandeya, but nothing happened. Finally, what happened was Indra himself, it seems that he even tried to anger Markandeya, but nothing could affect Markandeya. Finally, Bhagavan Narayana himself comes in the form of Naranarayana to bless Markandeya, it seems. And he asked Markandeya, what do you want? And now this Markandeya, he was a person who was free from all desires. He said, no, I don't want anything. But still Bhagavan had come before him, and he tells, no, you tell me what you want. And by getting your darshanam also, all my desires have been fulfilled. But still he tells that I just have a desire that I want to experience your Maya that is there. Usually it is other way around, right? For people like you and me, we are all engrossed in this Maya. Maya is nothing but illusion that is there. And in the case of Markandeya, it was the other way around, right? Because he was always free from Maya, so now he wanted to experience Maya. Now here we have to little, if you get philosophical or so, Advaita, Dvaita, Vishishta Advaita. These are 3 different principles which are there. We have 3 Acharyas also, Adi Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, who have all propounded these theories. Now, it is totally wrong if we say that no, I believe in Advaita, I believe in Vishishta Advaita, I believe in Dvaita and so on. We should not say this. All paths will ultimately lead to the same destination only. But there can be different beliefs also. People will follow different paths. But for bhaktas and people like you and me and many others who are there, we are still at that level wherein, I'm not saying all of you, but most of us, we are not even aware what is Advaita, what is Dvaita, what is Vishishta Advaita. Then comes the next question, oh, I follow this, I will not follow that, right? So, this is what I feel, wherein we must at least know what are these principles also. So, in just if you want to say, Adi Shankaracharya, who propounded Advaita, he says Advaita, as the word itself says, Dvaita too, dual. Advaita meaning there is only one single Lord who is there, one ultimate, one supreme, one reality, nothing. Everything around is Maya. Dvaita that is there is something wherein two. Now what is that two? Jivatma, Paramatma concept that we say. Wherein it is nothing but Bhagavan is there, no doubt. But there are many other things also around us which we consider as Lord. Maybe a creation of nature, that is also a form of the Lord only. That's the reason we worship trees, rivers and so on. So you see there is dualism, right? Okay, there is God in heaven or wherever. Or you see in different forms also we see God and so on. So this is also various, you can say a different way of propounding the principle, which is also a very good thing, right? You look around, that also you perceive as God. Then comes Vishishtadvaita, told by, so Dvaita, Madhvacharya. Vishishtadvaita, Ramanujacharya. Now what is Vishishtadvaita? Meaning, at times it is Advaita, at times it is Dvaita. Now what is this? Meaning, at times there is only one Paramatma who is there, one Lord. But depending on the situation, at times it is also the Jivatma. Jivatma meaning that same God is there inside all of us also. So we are also forms of Bhagavan only. So there, Vishishtadvaita. So at times it can be Dvaita, at times it can be even Advaita. So I will, Ramanujacharya wherein in his text also, he worships Bhagavan Vishnu mainly, and along with that Parashakti or Shrihi is also there. So you say there are like this different philosophies that are there. Ultimately all the three acharyas who have propounded these principles, they all have told different paths wherein based on our own tradition, our own, you can say, beliefs and so on, we follow one path also. But like I told you, we must at least know what they are. Most of us, we are at this level, we don't even know what it is. Now all this example that I gave you was very, very simple at a very base level. We have to go very much deeper into that. So coming to this point, Maarkandeya says that I want to experience or Maya. So Bhagavan says okay. And one fine day what happens is storm comes in, Pralaya Kalam, that is end of the world. Markandeya alone was there. There was just everything was submerged under water also. Finally, and even the worlds also became entirely dark. In this same situation, Markandeya was flowing. After thousands of years, what happens is Markandeya sees little bit of land above the water, above the ocean, and there was a banyan tree. And as Markandeya comes closer, there was a leaf, and on that leaf, you had a small baby who was sleeping, baby Krishna, with a toe inside his mouth, Ale Krishna as we say. So that was Bhagavan only. That baby was sleeping there, dark green or dark blue in complexion, who was lying there sucking his toes. That's when Markandeya, he comes near the baby to speak to it. That's when the baby all of a sudden it disappears. And it actually does not disappear. Markandeya actually goes inside the mouth of that baby, it seems. Again, the Leela of the Lord. And when the child breathes out, Markandeya is again pulled out. So all this was becoming, and after some time what happens is, Markandeya, while he went inside the body of the baby, he sees the entire universe inside the stomach of the baby. And while he saw that, it seems that everything was similar, the world was similar as it was before the Pralaya Kalam, before the storm and everything came in. So now Markandeya was confused. All these thousands of years, what I saw, is that real, or what I'm seeing now inside the stomach where everything seems to be normal or so before the storm came in, is that real also? While he was thinking about all this, it seems that the baby it breathes out, Markandeya again comes back, and that's when the banyan tree with the baby, everything is still there. That's when Markandeya realizes this baby is none but Bhagavan Vishnu only, with a divine smile. And again Markandeya tries to go near the child, it again disappears also. Even the banyan tree, everything goes away. The next minute, Markandeya finds himself in his ashramam only, as if nothing had happened. All these things that happened was nothing but the Lord's Maya that was there. This boon was fulfilled by the Lord as asked by Markandeya. After some time, what happens is Bhagavan Shiva and Uma Devi, Parvati Devi, both of them, they come to the ashrama of Markandeya. Again, he was engrossed in meditation. Markandeya opens his eyes. He sees Jagadav Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameshwara. He sees a divine couple in front of him. He falls at their feet. He sings their names and so on. And now little, if you see, we cannot call it as a suffering also, but bit Markandeya was confused because of all this. Suddenly he saw the storm-like situation. Suddenly he came back to his ashrama. Suddenly he felt the entire world was normal. So looking at this, Shiva, he praises Markandeya's devotion that is there to Bhagavan and tells that you ask for a boon also. That's when Markandeya says, may I have devotion to Bhagavan Hari, to yourself, And to all bhaktas who are there always, let that never be shaken at all, let that never ever reduce. Shiva grants this and says that your fame that is there will always be known. You will always lead a life like you are, free from all kinds of desires, totally engrossed in meditation also. And you will have the knowledge of the past, present, future. That is, Shiva blesses him with the blessing of becoming a Chiranjeevi. So finally, Suta, what he does is, after with this story, he actually concludes the Srimad Bhagavata Puranam that is there. And thus, this is the story of Maarkandeya, how he attains a padavi of a Chiranjeevi, and the amount of devotion which Bhagavan, which he had towards Lord Hari as well as towards Lord Shiva, Parvati, and so on.